What you
Lotion,
got? Lotion? There you
lotion,
go.
lotion.
There you go.
Yeah, we're prepping.
So,
It's gonna be a dope podcast.
okay, I feel you. Let's get into it then. Let's get into it. Um, realtor. You're a realtor
Mhm.
now, eh?
I am. Yeah, you know what? As we just said, like post pre-pandemic, we were how you and I met was in the sports game, writing, reporting. Pandemic came along. I'm like, well, there's no more games being played. Literally can't go to any games. They're all in the bubble. If like eventually, because at first they weren't playing any games, right? And then they're like, okay, wait, hold up. The world needs basketball. Let's send everyone down to Florida, put them in a bubble and play. But uh, but yeah, I couldn't do my job anymore, so I had to pivot. And I
Pivot. That word.
pivot, spin move, finger roll right into real estate.
Finger roll into real estate. So let's get into it because you got some capital in this space and things like that. What do you think are two of the biggest mistakes up and coming realtors are making right now in the game?
I think the up and coming realtors, that's good. I think first and foremost is looking at other realtors. I mean, you should never ever compare yourself to anybody. Right now, there's over 70,000 realtors in the GTA. And if you look at that top 1% who's kicking ass and, who is selling multi-million dollar properties, 10 of them a year, you're going to go down into this deep hole that isn't good for you, isn't good for your business, isn't good for your relationship. So I think stay in your lane, put those horse blindfolders on, and keep doing you. Even if you start off just doing leases, that's better than doing nothing. Like I know many realtors who have started off done nothing, no leases, no sales. So if you get a couple leases in your first year, you're doing amazing. And second is get rid of your ego. Leave your ego at the door, man. Like I get it. It's the day of social media. We all want to, look our best and show everyone how cool our newest phone is and our gold watches, whatever, our cars that we can afford. But nah, leave your ego because your ego will get you in such shit that it's not worth it.
I love that you say that. But look at you. Like I don't see no watch on the wrist. I see a ring.
I
I
see a
see another
ring. Yeah.
ring.
And my
I
fiance
see.
bought me this ring. I didn't even buy it.
Well, isn't that what is supposed to happen? You're supposed to get
Maybe
the
that's supposed
proposal.
to happen.
Come on
It
now.
is. It is. But you're right. You know what? And about me, Rory, is I love brand names. I love it. But you know what? I'm not a flashy girl. I want something if it's well designed, well made with integrity, and it has a little logo the size of this, whether it be on the back or on your pocket, whatever. Great. But I don't need all that Balenciaga letting everyone know this is what I'm wearing. It's too loud for me. I like
I love
quiet
that.
luxury. Quiet
Oh,
luxury.
for
Until I
sure,
show up
for
in my
sure.
Lambo, and then it's a different story.
Your Lambo. What are you talking about? You got a Lambo coming?
Matte green. It's already in production. Manifesting that. Already in
Okay.
production. Hmm.
Okay. So you will be cruising now a 401?
Oh no, the roads are too bad. Where am I going? I'm just going to the corner store and back with that Lambo. Toronto roads are too bad.
What is that supposed to mean? Sound like
No,
you might want to move
Toronto's
that to Miami,
awful.
no?
What's that?
It sounds like you might want to move that to Miami, no?
I mean, yo, so these Canadian winters are getting to me. They're
I
getting
feel
to
you.
me. So yeah, down south isn't a bad idea.
Okay, okay. So why real estate over other industries? I feel like that's a good question to ask because a lot of people I'm starting to see wanting to get in real estate, things like that, realtors doing whatever it is they want to do, the whole kit and caboodle. But why that
Mhm.
over other industries? Why do you think, from your point of
I
view?
love that. I love that question. I won't take you back too far because we'll be here all day and we'll need a little cocktail hour after. But it started like I was doing bar and restaurant for the first, well, I guess when I like 18, last 10 years, 10 years, I was doing bars and restaurants. And then I moved into sport media, which I love, right? I love. But I still wasn't getting the amount of time that my body, my relationship needed with my partner. And then I did a 9 to 5. Sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. So she's a designer. So she owns her own company. So she makes up her own hours. So she'll, wake up, get to work at 10, but she won't go to bed until 5 a.m. Right. And I love that. I admired that. But my biggest thing was shit, I want to spend more time with her. Why I can't spend more time with her when she's getting home from a site at 5 and I'm going to the bar at 6 and work till 2 a.m. We just miss each other. So then I'm like, you know what? What can I do? What can I do? And my dad, he's always wanted me to do real estate. It's like, you got the personality for it. I think you do so well. As a kid, you're like, yeah, yeah, whatever. I also want to be an astronaut. That's fine, whatever. But that his voice kind of clicked in, and I actually don't know if I've given him enough credit for this or even told him this. So, Dad, when you do watch this, I give you credit because I think you're a huge reason as to why I took that leap into real estate. But initially, it was to get closer and spend more time with my partner and my now fiance. So we wake up, we do jobs together. The money's great, right? And I think you mentioned the reason why everyone wants to now get into real estate, and it's so great and it's so hype, and there are all these shows. People are so interested in that commission check, right? Which commission checks are great. You can make someone's whole salary in a month, annual salary. You could. But what a lot of people don't see is that behind the scenes that gets you to that commission check, and the follow up and the nurturing and the constantly checking in on your clients, going above and beyond. Um, it's just, it's something that I think fits my lifestyle, fits me and my fiance's lifestyle, and it allows us to work hard and play hard too.
And that's the thing. That's with anything in life. You got to put the
I don't
work
know.
in.
Sorry if I rambled. I love that question though. So sorry about that if I did.
Well, I wondered maybe under the influence of something, but we won't
Maybe.
talk about that. We won't talk
Maybe.
about that. We won't talk
Okay.
about. Sorry for making you laugh. I get it.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out. They'll put it all
Thank you.
together.
Thank you. Yeah.
One of the things that I love is that you say is because still in the 9 to 5, right? I'm doing everything here in the podcast, all this stuff, and it's the work that you have to put in
Hmm.
consistently. It's some of the relationships that get sacrificed along the way, right? Because it could be dating,
Yeah.
right? Whatever it is you're doing, and sometimes people don't really understand that, right? They don't understand that you may work, say for instance today I work 2 to 9, right? And then I come
Okay.
home and I'm like
Yeah.
chilling, Clippers, Suns,
Hey.
all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to be doing, right?
Yeah.
Depending however that series happens and whoever wins, whatever. Clippers in 7 is all I'm going to be saying to people. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Cool. Interesting. Okay. We'll talk about that
you
later.
know yeah, we'll talk about that later. But other than that, it's just like for me now, it's just like it's always about forward progression and understanding that there's going to be times where you got to
Mhm.
bow out, and you may not be able to hang out with the guys. You know what I mean? Going out on a Friday or a Saturday night, and
Yeah.
those guys understand that. And one of my guys, he said the exact same thing the other day. We were out, a couple drinks, and he's like, "Yo, you're grinding. I know what's going on." So people recognize that, and that's why you want to be around the right influences of people, the right friends, the right
Yeah.
dating partner, and things like that, because they'll be able to understand.
I love that because me and my friend actually this morning, we were just talking about Toronto people. I'm a Toronto person, but there is something that Toronto people and society doesn't usually get. So I love that you have friends supporting you, being like, yo, he's grinding. Let's support him. Let's bring him up for drinks. Let's not harp on him when he says, I can't come. Because I know so many people, not to me, but I know so many people when they say that to their friends, they guilt trip them and they say, no, it's just one drink. It's now $30 a drink, but it's just one drink. Don't like just do it later. And I think that type of deterrent, I guess, that these friends are giving you doesn't really allow them or make them your friends. Like, and there's this meme or this photo I always see on Instagram, like, you'll spend $800 on this Tom Ford candle, you'll spend $400 on this OVO t-shirt, but you won't buy your friend's t-shirt or your friend's candle who is selling it for $100 because it's too expensive, or now they're my friend, they should give me a discount. No, pay full price for this $100 3-ounce candle. Let's say 3 ounces isn't a big candle, but it's your friend, and don't ask them for a discount. Like that honestly grinds my gears. It makes me so upset. So I love that you and your friend circle is very much so different from what I see as a lot of Toronto. So that's really
Yeah.
dope. I love that.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say this though, because I've said it on other episodes where you will sometimes get the support, and I get that also too. I don't get the support. You get the people that watch what you're doing, but they never subscribe to what you're doing. Does that make sense? right?
Oh, I know. I ask for one measly share of a story or a feed or check this out. I'm in an article. Everybody watching this, I will post this on my story. I am on Rory's podcast. Please share, please comment, please like. There's gonna be two to five people who do it out of thousands, and that
And
hurts. No matter how many times it hurts. It's really unfortunate.
yeah, and that's why I always say is you got to subscribe to the champion to the people that are building in your community. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And that's why with this networking space and things like that, I see a lot of folks are just like it's selfish. Yeah, you want to go support OVO, you want to go support Balenciaga, Tom Ford, all this, but don't wait till I get the notoriety. Don't
No,
wait till me and Veronica get the notoriety, and you're like, oh, yo, I was with them for this long, do it. No, doesn't work. It's not
yeah,
like that. You know what I mean?
I agree
And
on that.
some people are like, well, why do you guys always say this? Because it's the truth.
Yeah,
It's the truth. You know what I mean? So push
it's sad.
forward.
It's yeah, and there's gonna be, sorry to cut you off again, but all these celebrities and people who are very wealthy, they're like, once you're at the top, there's going to be people coming to you. And I never want to get that high up because my heart, I'm very sensitive and my heart is just going to break. Be like, I don't want to have those conversations with you. Like, where were you when I asked you to share this one post? Simple. There's a little arrow you press push. Not even buying anything. Don't even use me as your realtor. Just press share.
Facts. 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 Facts.
But you know what? You and I are going to be so wealthy in mind, body, soul that hopefully we don't hear them.
Oh, I ain't gonna hear them. I ignore them. I mute them now. I tell them, one of my videos I posted. I said the Thanos effect when I snap my fingers, and these people just disappear.
Yeah,
That's what I'm looking for.
love it, love
you
it.
know. Um,
Listen, that.
so we're gonna get. I want to throw this out here at you because I see you post something on your Instagram. It's funny we're talking about Instagram where it says, "What does it mean for athletes to focus on their craft?" Something like that you put in your Instagram. What does that mean for you?
So my tag is, so again, tying in that pre-COVID sport career, which is writing and reporting, to where I am now as a realtor. So my tagline and my firm belief is allowing athletes to focus on their craft while I focus on mine. So what that means is my target audience are athletes, whether it be new athletes coming to the city. We have 5 major league sports teams, 5, and hopefully 6, which I know we're going to get to real
Oh, let's
soon.
talk about. We getting there. May
We're getting there
13th. What's
soon.
up? May
But
13th.
hopefully 5, hopefully 6 major league sports teams. And sorry, kind of got off track there. But whether it be you are just drafted to the team or you're, just under a new contract and you're feeling it, your money's all secured, you did everything you had to do, but now you want to upgrade. You want to upsize into a better home. Maybe you don't want to live in the penthouse beside the Rogers Center anymore. Maybe you want to buy a home in King City where you can have a full size court to practice in with your own privacy. Whether you want a bigger sneaker closet, right? Maybe taller doors because a lot of these guys, a lot of these ballers are over 6, 7 feet. Well, 7 feet, right? They don't want to duck every time they got to go into their bedroom. So things like that. So when I say allowing athletes to focus on their craft, it means I'm going to deal with your real estate. You focus on winning that game for your city. You focus on being the best parent you could be to your newborn or the best teammate you could be. You do that. I'm going to do this for you. So that is exactly what that means. Because
Makes
I know
sense.
these guys. I know these guys before they've gone to the league. I've worked with North Pole Hoops, with On Point Basketball, with Fired Up. I've been in the locker room at the Raptors NBA Finals. I know these guys. They just want to be treated equally and not, being asked for a photo every single time they walk in the door or every single showing. They want their privacy, but they want the job done right. So that is exactly what I'm here for.
I'm calling you out. Don't you not have a case on your phone?
No.
You like the aesthetic? Yeah, I see you over there.
Rose gold.
Gold is gold. Is that what you're doing?
Manifesting
Diamonds.
more gold in my life.
Yeah. Don't drop the phone, please.
Well, don't drop it again. Yeah.
So we're here, May 13th. May 13th is big for the city, right? I'm on the outskirts of the city. I still say I come from Toronto, or I'm from Toronto, or I live in Toronto. It is what it is. It's all the same stuff, right?
Yeah.
But WNBA. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna keep it real though. Keep it real before we even get. You know what? We're at the WNBA, but like women's basketball
Yeah.
2023, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if anybody watched that Final Four women's tournament. I
Oh,
believe it was better than the males tournament.
yeah. I don't
Listen,
know. I
man,
don't know the exact number to the millionth, but definitely a lot more viewers than the men's.
let's talk about that. So, Toronto, man, like Chicago Sky, Minnesota Lynx. You going to the game, right?
Oh God, yes. There
Okay,
was
so
no,
you,
you know what? I had four friends to ensure that we got the tickets. If you saw me on NBA XL about a month ago, I said, guys, I still haven't gotten the tickets. I don't know what's going on. Javon Shepard did a shout out. Javon, I still haven't gotten anyone coming to me with tickets, but we made it work. We made it work. We got four tickets, and I would have done anything to get these because to me, it's more than just a basketball game, and you know this. I mean, the fact that I love that the Lynx and the Sky are coming. I really think that's great. I think they're great teams. I think there's a few Canadians on there, which is probably why they did this. But it's more than just a ball game. This is going to set the precedent to see how Canada, because it's all of Canada coming to this. It's not just Toronto, right? All of Canada, it's going to see how much we really want this. We've said it, Drake has said it, but no one's really put pen to paper or put anything to action, right? So this is the WNBA and the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, being like, fine, you guys want this, I'm gonna give it to you, but if you don't show up, we're not coming back. She has not said that, but I think that's what's happening. So the fact that this game sold out in a couple days is really, really amazing for the city and the league itself too.
yeah, and I gotta go on StubHub to get my ticket or tickets, but we'll see
Oh,
what
the
happens. You know,
resale. Look, to me, I because I got my tickets, I'm okay with it. But the resale is crazy. But it's beautiful because people are willing to pay $300 for a WNBA like ticket. That's how deprived we are in this beautiful city of Toronto and the GTA. So
and
I
I think there's gonna be a lot of people in the house though. I think it's gonna be a packed house. Like when I say
Oh,
packed
there's gonna
house,
be it was sold out. There's gonna be everyone there.
everybody gonna be
Everybody.
there.
Because again, this is Toronto and Canada's opportunity to be like, we mean business, we want this. So if
Exactly.
Drake doesn't show up, I'm gonna call him from my gold phone. I'm gonna say, you need to get on this podcast with Royer and I and explain why you did not show up to this WNBA game.
Man, oh man, she just put it out there. Imagine if
I
that
I mean
happens. Imagine if
business.
that happens.
I mean
I just
business.
got goosebumps. I just
No,
got
it's gonna
chills.
happen. We're manifesting. Drake will be here no time. No stress.
Oh, for sure, for sure. My biggest thing, what I like about hopefully Toronto getting the WNBA team, it's when it happens, and they need to strike when the iron is hot, because last time I checked, there's a girl out of Iowa by the name of Caitlin Clark. Man,
I
she
never
coming
heard
out.
of her.
She coming. She probably coming out next year. Like yo, or Paige Buchers, like one of the two.
Let's
Like you,
go. Imagine. You know what? I
keys.
love
The
both.
keys is there.
Yeah. I like that you said that strike when the iron's hot because yeah, let's say, all goes well the month of May, whatever, but then what? We can't wait another year or two for a team. Like I know it takes time to build a team and all of that, but we need to get going immediately after this. And if we need to wait for Caitlin Clark, I think the newest WNBA team should get the number one draft pick. That's what I
I
think.
think that's gonna have to happen. It's Caitlin Clark. It's
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark, Paige Buchers, or the other girl that played for Louisville, and I think she's going to. I'm not sure if she's going to South Carolina. That's the rumor. Blondie, Blondie. Huh?
Van Lith.
Sure.
I think Van Lith, yeah.
Like if you even get one of the two, like, or, you know what I mean? Like, or maybe you get both. It's
That's it.
over.
Let's go.
Because
And we've also got like Canadians who haven't hit, the WNBA draft. Like Shay Day Wilson, let's go. She is a local here in the city and she is fired. Have her come home and, rep WNBA in Toronto, that'd be really dope.
no, for sure. What's what do you want to see the city of Toronto on that day really embrace outside of the game?
Um, that's a good question. What do I want to see? I think acceptance. I think there's going to be a lot, as there is, right? Women's sport quote unquote, all these guys in their basements, dark, windows covered with bed sheets. Women's sports suck. Women can't jump. Women can't dunk. Although we do have a few who can dunk, and they're quite nice, right? All of these negative energies around it. I don't think that should be allowed in the atmosphere that day. Leave your bad attitude at your home, whatever. You're there to support. You're not there to bring the league and women and people down. So I think acceptance is something that the city needs to see. And you know what? Women can't dunk as much as guys or as high. It's not in our genes. Sorry. Like I don't know how to explain it anymore, right? But we're getting there. We're getting there. We got a few Canadians. Toby Fournier, who is a dunking whiz, who dunked all over Canadian Biosteel a couple weeks and weekends ago. So I think we're getting there.
Well, they can just pull up like Steph Curry, like Clayton Clark from 30.
What's that?
Like I said, they can just pull up from like Steph Curry's range and then shoot like
From
Steph
the
Curry, Caitlin
logo,
Clark.
just
Come on now. From the
ridiculous.
logo. These guys will
Ridiculous.
get crossed up by some of these females. I'm guaranteeing it.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, of course they will. I think I remember when DeMarcus Cousins, who is a buffoon, who is like the biggest. I don't like him. I don't like his attitude. I think he's too.
Shout out to DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh God, yeah. But it's the energy. I don't like that negative energy. I'm sorry. So I think it was Brittany Griner. I think it was like 5 years ago. She challenged him to a 1v1 because he was bad talking them. And I don't know if it ever actually happened, but I would love to see that because why? Why are you throwing that negative energy out there? Fine, you can beat these women. Shut up. Stick like why are you commenting on this when you can just go try and win games for your team when you're clearly putting up 2 points in a game? That's not helping your team, right? So yeah, it's keep your negativity away. This is a day of beautiful women ballers coming. I hope that everyone wears orange. They don't run out of swag at the store. Let's go.
Well, I'm not wearing orange. I'm probably wearing the black hoodie with the
Black
W,
hoodie. Ooh, I was gonna
the
wear the
black with the
WNBA
orange.
orange.
I don't
You
know if
know,
I'm gonna wear that.
the black's nice too. I
Are
mean,
we talking photo op then? Maybe we put a
well,
photo
yeah,
op for the gram.
we're not. Well, obviously, we're linking up. Duh.
Of course, for sure, for sure. You know what I want to see personally is what Toronto wants because I know that World Cup and that was kind of. I feel like they kiboshed the whole thing. They did it in such a bad way. They're splitting it between all these. It's like basically North America World Cup. Like it's kind of corny.
Yeah,
But what I want to see is everybody come out that day, and I'm going to echo to what you're saying. But come out that day and really appreciate what I think is going to break a lot of records and
yeah,
have everybody surrounding talking. Basketball right now in Canada since 2019 when the Raptors won. I'm not a Raptors fan, but I can still say that it put Canada on the map in
yeah.
such a way.
Mhm.
And you're starting to see like some of these games and you see Jurassic Park and you see all of this. As much as like I said, the Toronto needs some work, the Raptors they need some work done. I think that this is something that can really be so special in the world of sports. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Where equally, I think the WNBA could be one of the top, you know, grossing markets. You know what I mean? If done
I think
correctly.
so too. Yeah, quite easily too.
Yeah.
I mean, ticket prices aren't going to be as expensive as the Raptors. Like you just, the Raptors are a big deal. They're now put on the map. But yeah, I think the show out's going to be pretty consistent, and it'll be really. I'll be curious to see where they put them. I don't think they should put them at the Paramount Center in Mississauga. Too far, not easily accessible, and it's not in your eyes. I say let's not throw them. Sorry, let's put them at Scotiabank Arena / Air Canada Center still, right? Let's do it right in the middle. You have all of these art. It's the like all of these arteries coming every which way. It's accessible. People can after work be like, hey, you know what? There's a game tonight. Let's go. I think
I
it
think they'll
needs.
sell. I think it will sell. I think it's a sell. It's not a hard sell. I think it sells. I think you can at least put about 70 to 80% of people in the seats,
At
almost
least the
guaranteed.
lower bowl. You know what? Let's just fill the lower bowl. No tickets upper, right? There's only
Unless the
two
price or
teams.
the high end demand is there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. So, well, I know by the time this comes out, the first round of NBA is going to be done. Probably going to be like second round, mid in the second round. What's your take on this NBA playoffs? Because I feel like it's already the fix is in. Personally,
I'm here for Sacramento. I am so here
see
for
you later. Bye. Sacramento.
Sacramento. You're making me laugh again. Stop. Sacramento, because you know what? De'Aaron Fox, he has played well. Are they going to make it to the end? Absolutely not. Will they make it past the Warriors? I think they might. Especially
Because
if
what
Draymond.
currently right now as we're recording is a 2-0. Stop it. Don't do that.
No, because Draymond is too emotional and starts stomping on people's chests. That's why. And I think, you know what? And De'Aaron Fox, he has the heart. Sabonis, they have that heart, right? Golden State has the skill. We all know that. There's no denying that. But I don't know, man. Heart sometimes wins over skill and hot tempers. So I'm
Hot
feeling them.
tempers.
I'm feeling them taking
So
this one. That's for sure.
so it's okay for a man to ankle lock your leg.
Did he?
Where
I
else is he
watched
supposed to
it
go?
5 times this morning. Did he? Yeah.
He grabbed onto the man. It's like he was giving him the the Kurt Angle ankle lock from WWE. Where else is he supposed to go?
But do you stop? I don't know. I don't know. I just think that this is this is the end of our beautiful Golden
End?
State.
The end?
The end.
Okay.
The
So
decline. My bad. My bad. Sorry. Sorry. I can't say
decline.
that. I
Decline
said
though.
sorry.
Decline.
The decline. My bad.
Okay.
My
So
bad.
between me and you, I know the series is probably gonna be done sometime next week, right? And I'll
Yeah.
just say this to you right now: Golden State probably wins Game 4 and Game 5.
Okay.
Then what happens? It's the race to see who wins the next two. A
Sacramento.
series, and you know this, Miss Basketball. I'm gonna call you. Actually, you know, I'm gonna champion you. I'm gonna call you Miss Canada's basketball. You know what I mean? I be hearing some things about Captain Canada, and
Yes. Yes.
all right. shout
All
outs to
right. Should we
shout outs
move
to Netflix.
to the east then?
Listen,
Or is the East just we? It's no points. We already know who will be in the Eastern Finals.
I don't know if we do. Giannis is
No
hurt currently as we're recording this, right?
way.
Yeah. So we
What,
don't know if he's
sorry, what
coming
did you
back.
say there?
I said Giannis is coming back. I mean, Giannis is hurt, lower back, right? So we don't
Yeah,
know. We don't know what's gonna happen in the Eastern
in the
Conference,
East.
right?
Yeah,
So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see. So we'll see.
it's going to be a lot of fun. You know what? This is, I think, what we've been waiting for. This NBA playoff run.
Oh, for sure.
I really
So
do. Yeah.
yeah. So let's before we get out of here, we'll have some fun because I always ask this question. I don't know if you listen to the show. There's always this segment that comes into the
I
show.
listened to the show.
Was that?
I said, of course, I listened to the show.
Well, there's this segment that I always bring out, and it's called 1% Better. So speak about that. How do we become 1% better?
I think I touched it earlier when we were talking about uh, what we were talking about earlier when you said two common mistakes or two biggest mistakes that realtors make. And I mentioned ego. We become 1% better, minimum 1% better, if we leave our egos at the door. It's not that hard. It's truly, truly not. If I need help, and I'm just going to revert it back to real estate, there's people who are doing more than me, right? People more successful in my office in the city. Toronto is a great city. Again, there's 70 plus thousand realtors. Are they as fun as me? No, they're not. But they are, they've been in the game for quite some time. So if there's something I don't know, I'm not going to just, pretend I know it and tell my client and run them in the wrong direction. I'm going to go to my higher up, to my managing partner, Peter and Paige, and be like, guys, help me with this. I don't know what to do. This is the scenario. What do you think is the best solution? They'll tell me. I'll go back to my client and we'll go from there. But I do know a lot of people, even outside of the real estate world, is they just think they know what's best. They don't need to ask for help. Why? Because one, it's too embarrassing, or two, they truly think they don't need it. They're the best. And I think that is just so, it just brings you down, right? And yeah, I think it's so simple. And once I checked my ego, I think it was one of Eckhart Tolle's books. I'll get back to you on which one it was. But he said, leave your ego at the door. You, your career, your life is going to excel. And when I did, right, I promise you, I think it was 2 years ago, unlike the Warriors, I am on the incline.
The disrespect that I'm
I
hearing
am
at the
on
end of
the
this podcast.
incline. And life is beautiful. And sometimes people get upset with me. They're like, why are you're so like, they don't really call me annoying, but they're like, why are you so positive? Like, you always look like you're having fun. You're having a great time. You love what you do. People around you love you. And I'm like, well, yeah, literally everything you just said is true. I've worked on it. It hasn't always been this way, right? But I've worked on it. And when I do catch myself with an ego, I stop myself and I'm like, oh, chill, chill. I need to ask this person for help, or I need to let this person do this, because that's just life. Like, we can't run around life thinking we're the best and we can cure all. We can't,
Oh no, absolutely. Well,
right?
I'm in the surrounding area, and I appreciate you so much
Thank
showing
you.
up, you championing this.
Thank you.
You
I
know,
appreciate you.
fresh out of having the wisdom teeth pulled,
Mm-hmm.
but you
Yeah,
showed up
of
like Michael
course.
Jordan in the flu game, and you did
Hey,
what it is you needed to do. You know
I,
what I mean?
I
So
was joking. I'm like, because it's still a little frozen down here. I'm like, man, if I start drooling, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. We'll make it work.
where can everybody check you out? Um, Publications. I feel like you have a couple articles out there. Plug all that information, social media, and all that.
Everyone can check me out through mostly Instagram. It's V from the agency. Of course, website, my phone number, all my contact info is on Instagram. Um, Social media is a lot of work for me personally. So while other people have a lot of platforms that they kind of have all these little arms reaching out to and juggle, I can't do that. So Instagram is my place where you're gonna catch me. And I have to mention something. I can't give you too much info yet, but you may or may not be seeing me on your silver screen soon.
Silver screen. You mean movies?
No, what's a silver screen?
Netflix?
The TV?
Netflix?
Maybe something like that.
Interesting.
Just keep your eyes open, and you'll be able to soon see what I'm gonna share.
Huh.
Hmm,
Hmm.
I can't give you much more,
Hmm.
but maybe when I
Hmm.
see you at the WNBA game in May.
Hmm. Hmm. And ladies and gentlemen, we're just close out the show just like that.